everyone, I am Angela Hockman, your happy and hungry host of In the Kitchen on STL TV. Now today, we're taking the show in a little bit different direction. I'm going to make a favorite in the Hockman house. I'm making easy, kid-friendly, very fluffy pancakes. Okay, now we have a toddler at home, and sometimes we want her to be an adventurous eater. So I try to make food fun. I try to use bright colors, I try to use healthy ingredients, and just make gathering around the table a fun activity for us to do as a family. So I'm gonna walk you through how to make these pancakes. They are so easy, they will blow your mind, and they are the fluffiest pancake, and I will tell you why. So we are gonna get started here. We've got an array of delicious ingredients. The fun of what I'm going to cook is that I'm actually making pancake flights, meaning I'm gonna change up each tiny little pancake so that it looks and tastes a little bit different. Now, the thing about pancakes is you typically need 2 bowls. 1 bowl, a small bowl, to mix your dry ingredients. So these pancakes call for 1.5 cup all-purpose flour. But feel free to get crazy. If all you have is like whole wheat flour, you can totally do that too. So, all the ingredients are up on the screen. If you want to make these at home, I'm not kidding. We make these probably at least once a week, maybe twice. And the fun of these is that everything is convenient because you can freeze them. It saves you having to buy frozen, already made pancakes, and you sometimes don't quite know what's in all those frozen pancakes. So I choose to know what's in my food, and we are starting with these pancakes. So the first matter of business was 1.5 cups of flour. The second dry ingredient is baking powder, okay? Now, I gotta say, I learned a lot when I was researching this recipe. Baking powder is essentially what makes everything rise. And this recipe calls for 3.5 teaspoons, which is more than most recipes, I'd say. And what happens when you add the baking powder to all the wet ingredients, that's when the magic happens. That is when the ingredients bubble together, and that is when you have to hurry up and add the liquid, because if you let too many bubbles surface to the top, it's not gonna taste right. Okay, now the last dry ingredient is salt, and we're just gonna use 1 teaspoon of salt. You can use sea salt, which I like, kosher salt, literally whatever you have in your house. And then we're gonna give these a quick little whisk, okay? So yeah, a small bowl, dry ingredients only. And then we're gonna put these aside because we are moving on to bigger and better things, like the wet ingredients, okay? So, in the bigger bowl, okay, we're gonna whisk 2 tablespoons of melted butter. It really doesn't matter if it is like salted butter, unsalted butter, as long as it tastes good to you and your family, you're good to go. So this is pretty darn melted butter. Or you can use, I can't believe it's not butter. And guess what? I can't believe it's not butter either. It's really good. The fun of using milk is that if you've got a toddler, say they might not be taking the bottle the way you want, sneak in their whole milk here. This is where it happens. I'm so sneaky like this. The last wet ingredient is gonna be an egg, okay? Okay, do this first. Read the recipe all the way through because a lot of recipes want the egg at room temperature. I don't always see this right away. I'm like, shoot, I should have let this sit out for a while. And something I learned on an episode of In the Kitchen with Tenacious Eats is that you are supposed to crack eggs on flat surfaces. No more edge of the counter, edge of the bowl, right on the flat surface. It prevents extra bacteria from getting in there. So here we go. Okay, and then we are gonna whisk this together. Yeah, super easy. We got the butter, we got the egg, we got the milk. And I am kind of obsessed with cinnamon. So even when a recipe doesn't call for it, I like to add it in there. So we're gonna add some later to the top, but I'm gonna put a little bit in the batter because I honestly just think it makes everything better. I like to get my spices at Viviano's on the Hill because they have them in large format for people like me. Okay, the last thing we're gonna do before we wind down this part, we're gonna simply add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients. And you're supposed to add the dry ingredients in thirds, so don't dump it all in at once. Okay, here's the last bit. Okay, this is gonna be some good stuff. We are gonna let this get Nice and mixed, but not over stirred, okay? That's really important. And then when we come back, I'm gonna share some fun facts about pancakes, and we are gonna get on the griddle here. So we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll see you in a second.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. This is unacceptable, and something Feeding America is working to solve. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States, including yours. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
We know making healthy choices isn't always easy. That's why the City of St. Louis Department of Health is made up of people who live and work here with a diverse set of experiences to help us help you be well.
I migrated here when I was 7 years old, and I am the executive director of Caring Ministries, which is a local nonprofit that provides affordable housing for immigrants, refugees, and low-income families in St. Louis.
Connect with us to learn more about the little things you can do that make a big impact. Be safe, be well with the City of St. Louis Department of Health.
All right, so before we get back to the pancakes, we are gonna check in with a restaurant that we had on the show not too long ago. Check out STL TV's own Angela Sharp as she visited the new location of the Vails Brothers Restaurant in the Grove. Check it out.
All right, it is the ribbon cutting ceremony here at Vails Brothers. Now, this is the second location you have opened. I have Eric Vail with me right now and family.
Yes, I'm Eric Vails. This is my wife, Karen Vails. And then I got my grandson. He's over there, Torrance. He's doing something. But yeah, this is actually the ribbon cutting ceremony was earlier. And we're going to have a grand opening that's going to be Easter weekend, that Friday and that Saturday. We're having a grand opening starting on Good Friday.
What do you serve here? What makes you unique?
We are Vails Brothers Shrimp, Chicken, and Fish. We specialize in hand-breaded shrimp, very southern fried wings, and also southern fried catfish.
Ooh, I like it. Okay, what is the most popular?
Most popular is our combo meals where you get some shrimp and chicken, or you get shrimp and chicken and fish like that.
Like that, people love a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything, yes they do.
Okay, so now for the grand opening that's coming up down the line, what do you guys have on tap for that day?
You know, we're gonna have giveaways, we're gonna have prizes, we're gonna have all kinds of things going on. Of course, we're gonna have music going on, we got a DJ going. We're gonna do a bunch of different things, man, to celebrate us opening in the Grove, our second location. Our first location is located at 5942 Delmar, 63112. It's it's east of the Loop. And this our other location right here is 4420 Manchester, 63110. But we want you all to come on in and enjoy the atmosphere and come on down to the Grove. The Grove is an expanded area, and we're so excited about it.
Debbie Scaggin is here, and she just ordered her food, but I feel like you knew what you were doing. Have you been to a Vails Brothers restaurant before?
Yes, plenty of times. I don't know how many times. I can't count how many times.
Okay, so I hear wonderful things. I've never had it yet myself, but what can you tell me about it?
The food is absolutely amazing. The customer service is great. Just a fun, family-owned business. You know, they greet you, you know, really well. And I mean, I can't, there's nothing bad I can say.
You know it's a family affair. I got Latyra here. Now you say you've been cooking for a while.
Yes, I do pretty much everything at both locations, but I learned everything from my uncle and my dad, Eric and Wilbur.
All right, now I've been asking everybody, when you come here, what's the thing you should get?
To try everything that we have, ask for the number 4, which is our shrimp, chicken, and fish meal. You can't go wrong with it. Honey Hot is our signature sauce. Always duplicated, but never can be like the original. Remember that.
Okay, I did mention earlier that I have actually never eaten here, so it's gonna be my first time. Are you ready? I got some shrimp. I heard it was good, so we're gonna find out. It looks good. It smells good. You ready? It's really good. I hate chewing on the camera, but it's really good. And you'll notice I have it with no sauce, and you know if it's good with no sauce, it's gonna be even better with a little sauce. This is great. You definitely need to come out here and give them a try.
Hey there, Angela Hockman here, and I am back, and I am ready to cook these delicious, easy, fluffy, kid-friendly pancakes. Okay, so we need to first heat up this griddle, and what I like to use is coconut oil spray. It just kind of gives you a little extra boost of those healthy fats without using heavy things, you know, like a vegetable oil. So get that pan nice and hot, which it is, I can tell by the bubble and the sizzle. And then we're gonna go ahead and start dropping these pancakes on. Don't worry about making them pretty. Again, this is just supposed to be like fun, easy, quick, and they're for kids, so kids don't really care if they're not a perfect circle. It's also really fun and adorable when drops come on there and they look like baby pancakes. So we are gonna let these cook for just a couple minutes. There we go. And I mentioned making pancake flights. This is something my daughter loves. I said before how I like to have like fun, bright, interesting foods. And because of that, she's a really good, well-rounded eater. We will do things like fruit, peanut butter, yogurt, sprinkles. In fact, I chose to get a little wild on Christmas last year, and I wanted to do Christmas cookie and milk flights. So I baked 3 different kinds of cookies, as you can see pictured here. And I chose 3 different types of milk. I did, this one was really good. It was a banana almond milk on the far right. In the middle, I've got strawberry milk. And on the left, we've got old school, nostalgic chocolate milk. It was so fun. It gave you just like a little sample of each and really brought you back to childhood. If you've ever had any of those fun flavors growing up, this will absolutely bring you back. So yeah, flights are something I think are fun because they just make everything really different and really unique, and you can try a variety without trying too hard. So you can tell by these pancakes, they're already starting to get a little bit fluffy. I'm gonna turn this heat up just a hair. We are gonna flip these bad boys over. We're gonna let them cook a little bit more. Yeah, and again, don't worry if things get messy, if they don't flip pretty. Life is messy, life doesn't flip pretty. So here we go. We're gonna let those cook for just a minute. And also, this is just something that we like to cook in my house, but we find it so important to support local restaurants in St. Louis. Whether you're dining out, whether you're doing carry-out, which is something me and my family have been doing a lot of lately, it's just so important to support local. So we find places like, what are we craving this week? Oh, tacos? Let's grab Taco Buddha. Oh, salad and a flatbread? We're gonna go to Crushed Red. Or recently, I had the pleasure of dining in at Steve's Hot Dogs. Okay, this new location on Grand will blow your mind. It is so much fun. Steve has been a guest on the show, and this guy does so much good in the community. And that's another thing. When you find a restaurant that's really doing good, they're really feeding people that need to be fed who might not have a hot meal otherwise, those are the places I am absolutely going to go to first. So yeah, Steve's Hot Dogs is doing some really cool stuff. And they have things like live music and trivia and just concerts. There's so much going on there. So I really encourage you to jump online, take a peek around. Now, something else that I am recently obsessed with is this sandwich from A.O. & Co. Now, that is one of the Bengelina markets. Bengelina, they own, Olio and Elia. And this sandwich, I'm not gonna lie, I ate half of it and it wasn't even mine. It was my husband's. It was so good. It was a pretzel bun, which you can't say no to that. It had prosciutto on it. It had French brie, if you're feeling fancy, and fig preserves. Yeah, let's just let that sink in. That melted in my mouth. It was outstanding. So another example of supporting local. And while we let these cook, they're only gonna take, I'd say, about a minute longer. So these are fast if you are a busy parent on the go. But something I found interesting when, I was researching pancakes, because that's what I like to do, you can get the world's most expensive pancake at this restaurant called Opus One Bar and Grill in Manchester. So if you're in the UK and you have, I don't know, $1,300 to drop on a pancake, don't get me wrong, they are flights, so they top theirs with caviar and truffles and all those wonderful things, lobster, Dom Perignon, hollandaise sauce. Those aren't my kind of flights. My kind of flights include things like peanut butter, Greek yogurt, blueberries. So I like, bright and healthy foods. And again, if you kind of treat each pancake as its own little canvas, you can have so much fun. And yes, these are kid friendly, but I think they're very adult friendly too. I was making them the other day and I made sure to eat, at least 3 just to trial and make sure that they're okay for my little daughter to eat. Now we're gonna do my favorite part where I feel like a little artist. We're gonna top these off. So I chose Greek yogurt because you get some incredible protein on here. And it also lays a nice foundation for perhaps blueberries, maybe some sprinkles. Here, let's pop some sprinkles on this one. These are so fun. Like, who'd have thought breakfast foods can be so much fun? I know now. Let's add a little bit of peanut butter. Again, you can't get enough protein with these, if I didn't say that before. Let's do that. Let's call this one like a peanut butter and jelly one. So how about we top off with some blueberries? But not just regular blueberries. We're gonna make a happy face because we are happy when we're eating these. Okay, I'm not an artist, but you get it. Let's see what else we can use. I'm gonna add some chocolate chips because any opportunity to put chocolate chips on my food, I'm gonna do that. So a little bit of chocolate chips on this one. We will sprinkle that with cinnamon because why not? I can't emphasize enough, like go crazy, get creative with these. Because again, this is a fun way to get children to eat foods they might not normally eat. And honey, which is really, really good for you. So let's drizzle a little bit of honey on this one. Oh yeah, that looks really, really tasty. Wow, okay, it's hard to believe this pancake flight is almost ready to be eaten. But yeah, look at these, just a couple fun examples of how you can make eating really fun and really bright and really adorable and really delicious. So I think what we're gonna do is take a little bite. I just have to make sure my work is edible for others. So let's try the old yogurt and sprinkle flight. Oh my gosh. Okay, I might have outdone myself, I'm not gonna lie. I'm telling you guys, look at how thick these are. That is the baking powder right there. I never would have thought adding a little bit more than usual would really kick it up and these things will rise. So that is gonna do it for my episode of In the Kitchen. We've had some really fun, really nutritious and bright and delicious pancakes on today's show. Make sure you follow STL TV on everything social. Check us out, In the Kitchen, STL TV on Facebook. And also, we would love to know some local favorites of yours. So feel free to drop us a note. In the meantime, be safe out there, enjoy all the local delicious food that you can, and make sure you follow us on everything social. That is going to do it for this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. Try these at home. My name's Angela Hockman, and thank you so much for watching In the Kitchen on STL TV.